Space Coconut.
Okay, so a number of days ago, someone commented about a video XQC made about Dead by Daylight, and after watching it, it reminded me about a video I made several months ago. I had Mrs. Coconut play Trapper and tell me how it made her feel playing the game. In the comments section of the video, the main talking point was about how I had her play on my account, which put her against stronger survivors, and if she was on a fresh account, she would have had an easier time going against survivors who were just as new as she was. However, thanks to XQC's video, we can see that thanks to today's matchmaking issues, a new player has an immensely frustrating gameplay experience as a killer because he faces off against survivors who have much more experience in the game compared to him. By the way, people like myself already knew this was an issue and didn't need proof, but it's nice to have a very clear piece of evidence to share this time. If you watch the entire VOD, you'd also notice that there's much less rage when he plays Survivor. I wonder why that is. The reason I'm bringing this up is because of the frustrations and issues XQC had during his play session compared to the same experiences Mrs. Coconut had in September of 2019. We can see that the new player experience is still a nightmare for players. As we're coming off the heels of a pandemic and map changes that brought several thousand players to the game and another new chapter on the way, we're set yet again to bring in new and returning players to the game just so they can be driven away by the design choices and frustrating mechanics in the game. Rather than a discussion, I think this is more of a rant, so grab a drink, grab a snack, and grab your blankie because this video is going to make you cry like a survivor who missed their decisive strike skill check. I don't really know anything about XQC other than that he's a very large streamer. But whenever a large streamer plays Dead by Daylight, what seems to happen? They have an immensely frustrating time in the game, and rather than the game being given free positive exposure to a large audience, we get this.
You done now?
Huge 24 months less than 3 love you.
This fucking hoe. What is that? What the fuck was that? Ah, you actually went for it then. Wait, what? What am I supposed to do? This is so fucking annoying. It's so fucking boring. Okay, so they have perks that makes them invincible to being downed or whatever. This game is so boring. I have to be honest, these perks make the game really unfun. It's really dumb.
Can't wait to try.
Okay, so what's the point of this game anyway? This is really unfun. I have to be honest, this is extremely unfun.
Who the fuck says that? The game is
okay, hold up.
You are. Oh.
Let's talk about it. Let's talk about this. 2 times
You gone be
they
my
didn't
bitch.
die because they had something that made them invincible.
Lick your lips. Now.
They literally invincible. Why? Where's the fun in that?
But Mr. Cow really
Guys, I'm not even trying to be like rude to the game makers. Like, I enjoy this game.
I lost so hard.
I just feel like as an actual player, when you play the game, there are too many things that are devaluing your time. It's me. I'm the problem. I don't understand the perks and the things. It's my fault. So I come into the game as a new player. I kill everybody, and they start flying. They go ghost mode. They take 3 hits. They self-res, self-heal. I'm stunned when I get kills, and I'm supposed to understand. It's just a perk, man. Oh! Can you really blame the killers for tunneling on kills and hardcore camping when these fuckers do this shit with perks?
Perks they have before you even go into the game.
What the fuck is a quitter bonus? How about a lever's penalty?
So they were stream sniping, which puts you in a bad spot.
How about a lever's penalty? I can't do that. I can't. This is just bad. This is just garbage. I literally cannot. This is the most absolute unrewarding piece of shit I've ever played in my life, I think. So the game, it is so ingrained that people leave the game on purpose and ruin the game for everybody else that you get a bonus of points in the game.
Check.
For that happening. And this guy escaped. I couldn't even win the game probably because this guy got the hatch. Because these guys disconnected.
When she was invincible.
That is unfathomable.
Have you considered making the hook struggle automatic?
We considered it and repeatedly decided not to.
Yeah, from a gameplay standpoint, we're doing it like that because we want you to feel involved with that part of the game, right? We want you to feel like pushing back against the entity, against that sacrifice is something active, something that you as a player have agency over. We've talked about changing around how it works, but we haven't talked about automating it or getting rid of that because I think it's really important that you have that sensation of struggling, right? You can't struggle if you're alt-tabbing and you know, setting up your Spotify playlist. We want to keep you engaged. So yeah, not going to automate it.
A showcase of some of the most frustrating things of the game for new players who might have picked up the game because their favorite streamer picked it up, but now will not because of the flaws that are highlighted by that streamer. Some people say that bad publicity is still publicity, but when you want people to play your game, having a large streamer highlight the flaws of your game is not the way to do it. So instead of hyper-focusing on the myriad of issues in the game, the devs decide to create more and more and more DLC. DLC meant to look and sound amazing, which it often does because their design team is great, but will disappoint you minutes later when you actually decide to play with it, much like that person you met from that dating site. And yes, I meant that the way it sounded. Don't look at me that way. You know what I'm talking about. To their credit, of course, the game has been getting progressively better for veteran players over the past few months, but the new player experience is still the most problematic issue they need to take care of. It's possible that the new matchmaking system will be the start of the new rebalancing direction they're inadvertently taking, like I've mentioned in another video. But that system might still be a ways off unless the leaks are accurate. But even if matchmaking was fixed today, it would still be several months until the devs saw the effects of those changes and figured out what needed to change and how to make new matches feel better for all players involved. XQC wants to like the game and lamented the fact that he was trashing it. But the truth of the matter is that if the game was a healthy experience, it wouldn't be so harshly criticized for being a frustrating experience instead. I don't know what the devs can do. The people who defend the game and say that things are better than they used to be are right, but that doesn't mean the game is healthy or in a good place right now. Fertilizer is good for plants and helps things grow healthier, but it's still full of crap you wouldn't want to touch and build a sandcastle with. I know I probably didn't make any sense, and I'm sorry. Watching him play this game as a new player made me very sad for any new players who buy the game and have this experience. People want to enjoy playing Dead by Daylight, and people, veterans like myself, want new people to have a great experience playing Dead by Daylight. More people can really only make the game better. But unfortunately, some people can only endure it by making up their own rules to play by. And I mean, the only reason I keep playing is to hone my skills as Hag in order to be known as the best Hag player, and it's also the reason why I chose to main her in the first place. But in the end, the sad reality is that the numbers of playtime and active users go up, but we don't have access to the data that shows the number of people who haven't been active in the game for over a week, or those who uninstall within 24 hours. I bet you that number would be several times higher than the number of current players in the game over the past 24 hours. I know it's a bummer, but I had this thought, I saw the video, and I really had to talk about it again. It was something that was on my mind, and I can't really make a funny video when I'm stuck thinking about, the experience that new players are having when they get into this game. I mean, we peaked at like 58,000 concurrent players or something like that nonsense during the pandemic, and it's slowly going down. I think it's down to 48,000 right now, and it's gonna keep going down. We might spike again when the new DLC hits, but the players aren't gonna stay. I really hope something changes. I really do. I know it's a bummer, but I'm willing to hear how wrong I am in the comment section below. Be sure to dislike the video if you couldn't find your blankie, and subscribe for more dev butt-kissing content in the future. Never gonna be a fog whisperer. Oh well, I guess I'll see you in the fog anyway.